the Sven Omni, it's only second best. It's the second best Omni combo, Omni combo. Because the best one is hands down, it's going to be that mid lane Huskar. No one else uses strength as good as Huskar, but Sven is a damn good close second. And because Sven usually just gets kited around the entire game, ideally is how you want to play around a Sven, that status resist for him is absolutely huge. This game, though, Yule Scepter, we do have a natural Yules builder on Alliance, which of course is going to be one of the better counters to this Sven overall, and that's going to be in the Marana. So I'm looking forward to seeing how that item is going to be used this game for Hanskin. Played an awesome game last time on the Skywrath Mage, and I'm looking forward to the impact he has in this game here.
Me too. It's going to be certainly an exciting matchup. Another good combo, actually, that we feature. If you're one of the old people like myself, that lane combo that you used to hate the lane against back in Dota 1 in the early stages of Dota 2, which was the Omnight Sanking. It's not the lane combo this time, but you still have the little Purification Burst, like little burst, which actually pretty good dealing with Winter Wyvern in the Cold Embrace early. Might be part of the reason why the Sanking also got picked, a little extra buff there. Oh, we'll see. Samael suffering a fair amount. Purification already used. There's the arrow. Samael just wants to get back home, but Limp is not going to let him. First blood given to Alliance's mid laner, already starting with the right foot.
Yeah, it's going to be really nice as well. That should be, pretty early on into this bottle. You're going to be taking a lot of damage out from the Squirrel here in the mid lane versus Thompson. Not much you could really do about it other than just tank up, buy plenty of regen, and just, in the late game, channel all that Wrath and RP the Squirrel later on and just about one-tap her pretty much. What's going on here? FNG is going to be able to TP away. No-Tail is just making sure he can do as much extra damage as possible.
Yeah, we've seen this, right? Usually when Thompson plays the Squirrel mid, you need something to just be able to hunt her relatively easily, because otherwise, I mean, we saw this in the Quincy Crew game, you needed to organize your whole hunting squad. You don't have dogs, you can't really smell her out, it's so difficult to find her between the trees, it's tough. And Thompson always makes you lose time with that. Even if he loses net worth, it's okay, because he recovers nicely, has such good lane clear, and even can go for some dangerous farm by doing that. So it's a great way of opening the map that OG has abused a lot this tournament.
Yep, we go through trees pretty nicely at the very least for Alliance. We don't have like a bespoke, tree killer or like anyone. Basically, the way you think about it is.
Call him?
No, no timber this game, unfortunately for Alliance, right? So that's going to be a little bit of a difficulty when it comes to hunting down Thompson, because guaranteed win or lose, whether he needs to create space just to buy time for Sumail to get his item, or if he just wants to farm, he's going to be split pushing these lanes. He's going to be a big thorn in the side for Alliance.
Yep. That's true. The counter I like the most against the Hoodwink in general, is a very easy kill against her is the Ember. Actually, really solid at doing that. Or any of the spirits actually, particularly Ember and Storm really stand out at being able to break it. As you said, I think there's ways in this game for sure. You can even Doom her as well. That's another way to just getting rid of that. And something the panel did not mention, but also very true, is the Doom also brings a basic dispel. So anything that Guardian Angel actually is going to save, you just Doom that target, and that target is dead to rights.
Oh, very true. S4, eating a stun out from Sumail is going to be fine. Scorched Earth, and he's just too tanky. But, yeah, no, that's a good point. It is going to be a great game to get this Purge creep operational, though, yet again. Again, it's just something super annoying, even if you just hit it onto Sumail, just to slow him down a little bit more as he looks to run around in these fights.
Gets rid of the Scurry, of course, gets rid of the Warcry. Like, there's so many useful things to be purging off. You can even use it defensively against the spirits. Okay, S4. No. But the Heavenly Grace, unfortunately, all you can do is hit more. But S4, as long as he backs out, he should be fine most of the time. Not too dangerous. I don't think he's gonna die at all this lane. He has some really nice early armor, and even went for the double gauntlets early to deal with his Sven.
There's plenty of damage, though, that they can pump out here, so got to be a little bit careful. He's still got 6 stick charges there now, popping them. But Sumail, he knows, like Aoi said, he knows when he's strong, and he knows when he can secure his own farm. And for the most part, with the Omni Knight in the lane with you, this is definitely a lane where you can afford to do that.
Mm-hmm. So we're seeing Limp kind of leaving the lane of Thompson. I mean, not very surprising as a Magnus. If you can afford to go jungle and there's not too much loss there, you might as well. The creep wave is near the tower anyway. Thompson does offer a lot of harassment. And I mean, Thompson destroyed a Batrider mid, so if you're going to be able to beat that matchup with Hoodwink, I think a Magnus certainly is going to suffer. There's not many chances of you being able to shockwave skewer her into the tower.
Oh, well, he's at least going to go for the shockwave play mid lane, but not much else done. Yeah, I think it's a good response by Limp, just to not really worry about it too much. You know, you're not laning versus someone like a Lash. You're not laning versus someone like a DP or a DK. You can afford to just farm waves in between, and you know, maybe the creep wave gets pushed, but you come back and you push it right back in the face of the squirrel, and you're all good to go.
Well, that's a good arrow. Can they turn that into a kill? No till. This is the base armor the panel was talking about. Tanking those Mirana hits pretty nicely, but the leap, Hanskin's coming into this. The Heavenly Grace to heal him a bit, but it's only a little bit of regen. It's not going to do enough, even with the extra strength. The poor Omnite will fall there.
Nowhere you could really go. Alliance, by the way, starting off this game with 2 Blightstones on each of their supports. I assume one of these is eventually going to get turned into a medallion into Solar Crest here for Nico Baby, but they really do value just being able to harass these low armor supports. Phoenix especially here is going to suffer a bit to the Wyvern in the lane.
Nico Baby. Okay, the stun from the Centaur. The neutral creeps are allying. Today, they really hate offlaters, huh? They're just attacking whatever they see that's a 3. Seb suffering much like Lelis. Yeah, he's not going to die. Lifestealer doesn't have enough damage just yet. He did go for the point in rage just to, to survive that lane. As S4 and Hanskin, I mean, are you really trying to accomplish anything in this lane but getting the basic farm on Doom? I don't think you can get close to them at all, really. I think there's much more opportunities of you doing something bottom, really, with Lifestealer and the Winter Wyvern at this point.
Yeah, I think Hanskin's probably going to look to maybe throw an arrow top and then look to rotate mid lane for a minute 6 rune. But we can see Thompson and Limp alike are very keen to just, you know, let the melee creeps do their thing in the lane, farm a small camp in between, and then make sure that they're not taking any tower damage here too early on. Limp's already super tanky here. Yeah, 1200, 1300 HP with the power treads ready to go.
Yeah, the Magnus is not going to get killed. In fact, I don't think Alliance needs to get too many, any kills really out of these lanes. As long as you stabilize due to the power of the Empower. Sorry about that. You're going to be able to easily recover regardless. And OG, I mean, the difficulty is OG has a good ganking squad to deal with you in the mid game. With the Hoodwink sanking, I think most things will die to that. Especially if the Omni has a couple points in Purification to add to that.
Yeah, that's a good point. Lots of DOT, some good slows as well that you can end up using to make sure you can secure these kills. Hopefully they're able to give a little bit of farming time to Saksa this game. Because kind of picking up on what Ali was saying, there's a lot of items you do kind of really want this game as a Phoenix. Because not only do you really counter the Wyvern, but you also really counter this Magnus quite easily. There's only a couple of egg hitters you're super concerned with. You know, this is one of those games, Lifestealer especially, yeah. But we've got ways to protect you as well here. But like I said this earlier today, and we don't really see this much in shorter games, or at least like first or second item, mostly because of the prevalence of the Holy Locket. But seeing something like a Refresher on this Phoenix, I think, could still have decent value if it just wasn't such an expensive item.
Yeah, you like seeing the rush on the Refresher, and I don't disagree with that idea. I mean, the Holy Locket seems just such good value this game because you combine that with the Omni Knight and you just get an insane amount of healing. Of course, Heavenly Grace actually boosts up that healing, as we mentioned, because of the extra strength. So I can see you going for just easier items than the insane double Refresher. But hey, we've been seeing a lot of Nyx rushing Ag, so it's not out of the question here. Seb in the bottom lane has a Soul Ring and a Power Strike, so you should be fine, unless... Okay, Seb saying the Power Strike to the last second there, and... Only level 1, not going to get too far off, but just enough as Saksa trying to play against his counterpart, his icy counterpart, and kicking him out there.
Yeah, if we look over like at something that Nico Baby is going to end up building, might decide to go into like Armlet, Sange, into, you know, whatever the heck he kind of feels like. But basically, the Armlet, Sange, the most important part there, because already, I mean, he gets popped into a Cold Embrace. Whether or not FNG has the Holy Locket, it's still going to be amping up his heal in that Cold Embrace by just so much. Like, I could really see some damage issues here for OG if we do get these items online for FNG and Nico Baby respectively. Because really the only damage they have here to set up for is going to be the magic damage coming from an Epi, a Phoenix Supernova Sunray, and the Hoodwink.
I mean, at some point the Sven will come online. That's when the damage issues stop happening. But you're right, you know, in the early levels, God Strength might just not be enough. Limp, oh, actually skewers a scroll into an arrow. Hanskin jumping around like a frog. And Thompson will fall. Limp, nicely played there. Really want to get rid of Thompson as Nico Baby wanted to get that kill on Seb. He didn't commit the dust for that, but maybe it was just to harass him a bit. Very tired of this constant sandstorms.
Sumail already into the jungle here, as the top lane has broken down a bit. He doesn't really want to lane versus this Doom anymore, especially with the ice armor, as we can see him chase No-Tail around the tower a little bit. But No-Tail, it's not too weak. Oh, my bad. That was just a replay. Sorry. Not only do I sound like Suns fan, I also get baited just like he does too. But No-Tail can slowly de-push these waves here, make sure that they're not going to be able to lose this tower too early on, as well as gain a bit of XP and gold along the way.
That's true. I mean, that kill was very valuable, though, so I see why you got the replay going. Being able to stop Hoodwink from being too impactful early is something the other teams have managed, and the issue was that the lanes weren't as easy. This time the lane seems a bit easier for Limp. We're gonna go for the Omnight in the top lane. Oh, Omnight hates the Doom. It's his arch nemesis. He's the founder of the Holy Light, you know, he's a soldier of righteousness, and then Doom comes by, takes away all your spells, puts a pentagram under you. He's just scared, he's constantly running away because of it. Unfortunate.
Seb will actually TP up here to defend the tower. So we'll leave FNG down bottom all alone. He's going to be able to push a couple of waves here. 3 points in the Splinter Blast, so we've got plenty of split push available for Alliance on this Wyvern alone.
They're taking Sumail for a ride. They don't have the Purge, though, unfortunately, so they're thinking twice about a double damage rune. You know, if Sven is glowing any kind of color, red, blue, you just don't get close to him.
Well, now it's blue and red together. And still with the Mask of Madness available, I don't think this tower's very long for this world, especially with the wagon now coming up.
Yeah, and I mean, they took advantage of this time to at least take the stack, so that means that Sven won't be able to take them, so that's a way to utilize this time if you think you can't defend this tower, but it is still a loss in map control. However, this means the stacks can't be stolen, and it was well spread between Nico Baby and Limp. Limp getting the better part of it, it seems.
Nico Baby, he's going to be able to recover pretty quickly here and look to close the gap to Sumail just a little bit with the 40% cleave that he's eventually going to be getting. It's max cleave and shockwave, so he doesn't just have to follow Nico Baby around the entire time and keep reapplying the buff, because he's going to be able to find farm pretty quickly in between.
Okay, Hanskin just got away from Thompson. That bushwhack always sets up for the potential sharpshooter, so Hanskin, you know, not gonna wait this out. He has the Yule Scepter queued up, so that the idea here is to completely cancel that sharpshooter initiation, in addition to setting up for the arrow. Very high value item in this game. And of course, your favorite thing that Mirana does, arrow the catapult. Oh! No! They blocked it! The glyph, they found a way to deal with this disgusting interaction.
I mean, it still kills through glyph, so you know, that's a little... I mean, I guess you can also eat creeps through glyphs, so that's fine, right? But keeping alive the wagon is just about to guarantee this bottom tier 1 tower. Limp is going to look to apply some pressure mid. We'll actually proc 2 TPs out from the likes of OG.
Toxa. Oh, wait, Thompson's joining as well. But OG's just here to defend the tower. Doesn't feel like they want to engage at all. Seb will try to do the same in the top lane. After all, since OG's already taken the mid tower, they're looking pretty good when it comes to map control. They should be able to secure a good amount of farm for the Sven. It seems like now it's full recovery for Nico Baby. Let's see if the Empower will work out for him here. What do you... Okay, so Armlet Sange, okay. Do you fight immediately on the Armlet Sange this game? Is that the idea for Nico Baby?
I'm not sure. It looks like maybe they were thinking about going for it, but mostly I say that because S4 did have that Blink Dagger queued up. Instead, he just fully bought out the Hood of Defiance, so he's not looking to be this tanky frontline initiator, at least not until Limp has got his own Blink Dagger. So it seems like they're going to rely a little bit more on the Magnus for the initiation in this kind of mid-game before we can get the Blink Dagger online for S4. Smoked up, though, he may... Oh, I apologize, actually, S4 does have the Blink Dagger. It was just on the way in the courier.
Yeah, now he has it, and are they going to try to look for a kill? It seems like with the smoke. They do also have Winter's Curse. Sumail seems quite juicy. Sumail's running back home, though. He wants nothing to do with this Doom. Thompson, no, there's the Hoodwink. Coming in with a bushwhack. Acorn shot on top of that. Nico Baby just raging himself to safety. And Sumail, he stayed there a bit too long. They doom him, but there's the TPs to respond to this initiation. Will they succeed? They stole the RP. Standard resistance on Sumail, but he's still going to fall to the Doom. Perhaps not the kill with the Purification. And they actually save him thanks to the Bushwhack and the Purification. Guardian Angel to boot. Sumail will live. The last magic wand the same from the Splinter Blast damage. In fact, FNG is the one who's going to die for this. OG just bamboozled Alliance. Alliance thought they could really get that kill, but it was all an illusion.
Yeah, mass TPs, definitely well worth it here. At the very least for Alliance, there's no immediate objective available for them to take, but that's going to be a huge loss for them. Nico Baby, at least farming at peace in his own triangle, is not going to be too affected by this, but it's not exactly what you were looking for here off the Blink Dagger reveal for your Doom, as well as actually, well, it's going to stop Limp from farming too much heat here as well. That's 4, back down bottom though. Soxa, yeah, he's got Icarus Dive, he's off and away. Has already maxed himself these Fire Spirits. Thompson with the TD rune activated, chasing after Handskin. Oh, he actually is going to be able to find him with the Ironwood Tree, and Seb blinking on in to secure the kill. Is going to be able to get the job done.
Acorn Shot apparently is for noobs. Real pros use Ironwood Tree to set up for their kills.
Honestly, I mean, it is instant.
Yeah, it is. Acorn Shot does have a little bit of a travel time, of course. You can also see the animation. But it does give vision, though.
True. Well, it is true, but if you know where they are, I guess it's not too big of a concern. That was quite the kill up from Thompson. I don't remember the Dota 2 anime. Usually, it wasn't it Marcy that kills the squirrel. Instead,
oh, that's true, actually.
They got that one wrong here, but Thompson's not going to be too bothered by that one. A little bit of extra gold in his pocket.
Can you imagine? Thompson just watched the anime. That one moment made him cry. Can't believe you killed the squirrel. Finally gets to avenge it. He's been training a Hoodwink mid for ages. OG just didn't want to let him play it. This is all a whole arc of the anime. I think Thompson would like that. I think that would be something that would suit his character.
I think something that's actually like quite a big strength here from OG is the fact that they do have a mid laner and a support who will gladly play Hoodwink, because we've seen how strong it can be in a couple different regions, and just being able to first pick it and still willing to take that one mid makes it really weird to draft against, and especially the way that Thompson plays it, fight breaking out.
The Power Strike, the Perma Stun with the Bushwhack. He's not getting out of this one. They even got strength. They don't mince their words here. They're gonna go full on with the ultimate, or mince their spells rather, as they also gonna go for that Roshan.
Yeah, I mean, just to highlight this, the level 4 Heavenly Grace is a bonus 50 damage here to Sumail when he's got the God Strength active. And that's huge in the early game as well. I mean, it's 16 minutes in, and you basically get a free, relic? It's huge.
Yeah. The Winter's Curse, though, that's going to now play against them as he killed his partner. No more Heavenly Grace for Sumail, but the Burrow Strike will keep Hanskin. Actually, will kill him, as S4 does hit Sumail with a Doom, but everything's falling around them. All of Alliance has to retreat. OG, they don't seem to care. Yeah, they've lost the Omnight, but everything else has died. Alliance just lost 3 for this. Nico Baby still wants to go in, gets surprised by a Burrow Strike into the Bushwhack. Sumail just got rid of his Doom, which means the Stormhammer was ready and available to finish off the Lifestealer.
Yeah, that's now a back-to-back death there for Nico Baby. I mean, they were doing their best to try and contest the Roshan, but if you cannot control Soxa in these team fights, it's just the ultimate counter to your team fight here. There's a Supernova in the pit. They knew there was a Supernova somewhere. They just didn't have vision on it. And that made the fight so awkward for them. No one could chase any further to try and secure the kill onto Sumail. They very easily are able to finish off Roshan. And Sumail is just farming like a madman here. He's got so much money.
I love seeing Thompson laugh. I could tell that was the sharpshooter kill that made him laugh at that. Protected by the egg. I mean, that's another way to protect the egg. Oh no. Oh no. They left the nether shell behind.
Whose is it?
What's happening? Someone pick up the nether shell. Oh, okay, Sumail was just leaving it for later. Oh.
Is it?
It's Alliance?
No, apologies.
No, it's
that's
theirs.
OG's.
No, it's theirs. Yeah, okay. I just thought I'd come out from the creeps. Okay. And you give it, of course, to the Sven, because, you know, amplify the Sven's magic damage. Big deal.
Yep. Magic Resist is going to be really nice versus this Wyvern versus this Doom, as that's going to be the name of the game for them for now. He's going immediately into the Daedalus, though. Doesn't feel the need for a BKB when he's got the Omni Knight to back him up.
Fair, honestly. This good way to close in this matchup that Jenkins was the 114 matchup, we'll call it, between Lightstealer and Sven. Back they want to go for their kill.
Yeah, it's Thompson who can give chase. He still has the Ironwood tree, but unfortunately he's not going to be able to find the Acorn Shot combo here. Arrow is going to connect onto Seb. Thompson is going to be a little bit too early there on the Ironwood tree this time around. We'll be able to escape, but no matter, Sumail is still able to find that tier 1 tower with the utmost of ease.
I see what trick Thompson is using now, and I didn't notice it until now, but he uses the Ironwood tree so he can use the bushwhack, because the bushwhack is a long projectile, or takes a while to get there, and use the Ironwood tree immediately. I've tried a million times, so you can't use it with Acorn Shot that way, so you have to use Acorn Shot first.
Bottom, in trouble. He's got the guard active, but he is going to get focused and killed. That was going to be an RP out for them, so Limp deciding that the Sand King is definitely worth it. And I'd agree, you're not really looking to fight OG, not at the very least while this Aegis is up. Winter's Curse, nice job. That will allow FNG to TP away, but it's not going to get a kill onto Thompson.
That trick is good. Throw the bushwhack, then immediately the tree. I like that. I mean, it didn't get to the Winter Wyvern this time, but it's very smart.
You used to be able to do that until they buffed her. Well, they buffed the speed of Acorn Shot, and now it's a little bit too fast for you to do that reliably. So yeah, so Seb probably a little bit, or sorry, Thompson make that. Is just doing the same trick here with the Ironwood tree instead. Going into this Aghanim Scepter because he wants to get this the damage amplification going ASAP for his team. That's some way to get through this Cold Embrace heal.
Exactly, that trick no longer works. Limp, another bushwhack, but this time he knows, just destroy the trees. Best way to get rid of the bushwhack. And we're gonna see the build that Thompson loves going, which is gonna be the Aghanim Scepter immediately. A way to buff damage, buff the magical damage rather, and also reduce the stat resistance with that Hunter's Boomerang. Nickel Baby. Yeah, you're not gonna catch him with the bushwhack.
No, likely not. That seems like a tall order. Even with this combo, it'd have to be Seb initiating onto him yet again. But Nico Baby definitely realizing there's enemy heroes missing off the map. Instead, it's going to just go and farm in the triangle. Get himself an Empower buff. He's finished off the full Heaven's Halberd now, next into the AC.
Okay. Sumail is just going to farm these Ancients, right? He's going to dominate over the triangle. Alliance just want to avoid fights at all costs, it seems like. Waiting for the Lifestealer to kind of get online. I mean, I guess he's somewhat online with the Heaven's Halberd, but not enough to deal with the Sven, it seems like.
There's a Doom onto Saksa, yet again, just using these big ultis when they're not looking for a fight necessarily. He will tick down, although Hanskin leaping forward to make sure he can get the kill. Sumail is going to pick up the kill onto Saksa, over actually denying, sorry, he picks up the kill onto Hanskin rather, over denying Saksa. As, he's just in it for the gold here.
Okay, I mean, I don't think denies that. Okay, you give Doom a bit more gold. He's gonna get gold anyway with Devour. I think the kill is definitely much more worth it.
You want the kill. You want the kill, especially if you're a Sven. I mean, you're so far ahead. You do everything you can to extend this lead. That's in essence what they're doing with the Aegis here. OG not really making any huge efforts to smoke up and look for team fights themselves. Just looking to get this next damage item onto Sumail. Probably queue up the BKB next if he thinks it's necessary, or maybe he's just gonna go to even more damage here. Who knows?
And the way the Sven is built in, by the way, used to be the logic of why Sven was good against Lifestealer. This you deal so much burst damage, that physical of course, that Lifestealer can't heal in time with a feast, and that was the logic years ago before he got the attack speed buffs, etc., etc. But after Jenkins pub, of course, this was not the case anymore. And pros realized after that 114 pub that Sven actually loses to the Lifestealer. I still think the logic is pretty good. Oh, 117. Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, Master Jenkins. So yeah, the Sven now going for, I think, is the right build against the Lifestealer, which is getting as much damage as possible. As you said, not concerning yourself with BKB, because really everything pierces BKB anyway on Alliance, so you might as well ignore it.
That's a good point, actually. It's not too great of a BKB game. It is for S4. He's got his now completed. Might need to use it here. Oh, Sumail might just be able to burst him through. There's going to be the Bushwhack, and they've secured the kill. Aegis reclaimed in the same swift movement, however. So we no longer have that one to play with here for the for OG.
So now Alliance, I'm wondering what power spike they really think is going to be the right one. Maybe it's going to be the AC on Lifestealer. That is going to mitigate a lot of the damage on Sven, but for now it's just pickoffs. Oh, Nico Baby, he might get picked off himself. Limp, there's the Bushwhack combo yet again. They have the Sharpshooter ready. I don't think Limp is making out of this one alive. He won't. Off with his head. And FNG, I mean, the next target does have a Winter's Curse to get away, but the Bushwhack actually got him. No, I don't know how, but Thompson is not going to let anyone escape. Alliance loses 2 for free, and yet again, these initiations, they're testing the waters, trying to find simple kills, but any small mistake here means an overcommitment.
Yeah, and that's kind of exactly what the panel was talking about here. You know, you TP in, Saksa TPs in, just waste no time dropping the egg immediately, and Alliance, again, in no position to destroy that Supernova, are just left in a really awkward spot. They actually used the Supernova stun to continue chains down and up Limp. He had no chance to get out of there. Surprised that he went for like a kidnapping play like that without had the BKB fully completed. He's pretty darn close to it here. And
a kidnapping, is that what you call it? The skewer?
Sorry?
Is that the skewer play? A kidnapping?
Yeah. I mean, you know,
okay.
It's the same thing for the tiny. You just, or the squirrel napping, right? Whoever he happens to get.
Okay. No. I was just asking because it's called. I've seen it called fishing, kidnapping. That's the first time I hear it, even from
fishing.
You,
sure. We'll go fishing. We'll go with fishing.
That was very dark. Okay.
Sumail, though, which is so much damage. Echo Saver now and the Daedalus. He's going to use that Mask of Banish. He wants to get through this tower. They will lose the tier 1 in exchange for this. His Alliance will propose that trade. Smoked up behind him. Limp closing in now on that BKB, but doesn't quite yet have it.
Okay. Once you get that BKB, perhaps they'll feel more confident to go in and force the 5-on-5. Sven is still looking scary, but you do have a Heaven's Halberd now to sort of deal with him. We haven't really seen a single like teamfight Winter's Curse, mostly just escape Winter's Curses. Or big teamfight Winter's Curse, rather.
Yeah. Well, we might see one now. Limp's got the BKB on the way. Bounty from the tier 1 tower helping him with that. Big items that we're looking for here. We won't quite be able to finish off this full AC for Nico Baby, but we at least have the plate mail for that extra bonus armor. Nice to have versus Sven.
That's very important. And we also get the boomerang now for Thompson. That's gonna most important, I think, in this game is the lowering the status resistance. That's gonna allow them to honestly perma-stun the Lightstealer yet again. They've been doing a good job of it until now. Oh, the initiation by S4 though, and this is the kidnapping you're talking about for the Sand King. They're gonna succeed. Seb is dead. But Nico Baby wants to go further, hoping to kill off the Sven. The Supernova is keeping Alliance at bay. It stuns only the Doom as the rest of Alliance just use the high ground. Winter's Curse not going to start that sharpshooter. But it is going to annoy the squad to a degree. RP up to 3, and they're going to punish them all at once. That area damage is too much for OG to deal with. Alliance finally taking the teamfight of their dreams, and with the Infernal Blade, they cancel Saksa's TP. They're going to get the last kill they were looking for. They want to turn this into a team wipe, and they will accomplish it swiftly with one last skewer. Triple kill for Limp. What a skewer RP there in the middle of the fight.
Oh, yeah. Again, BKB was their go time here, which is why I was shocked that they went for that play earlier at the mid-tier 1 tower. A bit ambitious, but now we see why, you know, they were really eager to look for a fight after this one. Roshan is up. I'm not sure if they know about it. Instead, they're going to look to perhaps get a cheeky little tier 3 tower here.
I mean, that was on point. I like the organization RP, right? You gotta bunch them up, like you're picking up your toys, and then you stun all of them up together. He's made his own vacuum there. Taken.
He's got the epicenter. He's gonna go for it here. Blink stun.
Nice
Nico Baby though, way too fast. Immediately on the rage. Limp doesn't have BKB. Doesn't need it though. Nico Baby is just gonna walk off the high ground. New Scepter play though, out from Seb. He's not gonna set him up for much here. And will be able to escape.
That was an I can do it too, Seb. Watch me. Just yells him right after. Don't let him set up whatsoever. Nico really wanted those racks because he went for the melee. Unless they take another fight soon, they're going to end up reaching. That's why I think he was committing a bit further for them.
And now without Epicenter, or, you know, really any of the ultimates here for a while, at least Sumail's got God's Strength back soon, Supernova in 10, and Sharpshooter doesn't really have a cooldown. But no GA and no Epicenter. I'm surprised that Alliance aren't considering going for Roshan. Not sure if they've scouted it.
Limp.
Second Rosh, they do it extremely fast.
Oh, OG scouted, that's for sure. Yeah, they have God's Strength yet again, so they have the Mask of Madness. So Nico Baby's like, yeah, you're right, I forgot something in that top lane. Takes the racks immediately, but he's gonna go back. I'm assuming, I mean, they should guess something's happening. It's definitely the Roche. Oh, S4 just walks in. S4 almost got killed. In fact, he might just die here for free. S4 barely getting out thanks to the curse, and the curse will kill Thompson. Friendly fire here from Sumail. Thompson has no buyback, but they can still take the Roche as they're going for F&G right now. There's a Stormhammer. They don't have any more magical damage, it's just waiting him out. The Doom for Sumail. He's not gonna be able to Warcry himself. There's a Supernova, but quite defensive this time. And Nico Baby just walks into it. Rage is not gonna stop the stun. but it'll allow him to get away with murder. The murder, the Sanking specifically.
And now Alliance can just finish Roshan. I mean, it's on 4k HP. You don't have the Squirrel for another 20 seconds. There's going to be no initiation here. It's all going to be on Seb here to initiate. No Supernova either. Yeah, they're going to be able to just say, thank you very much. You know, we were a little bit busy taking your top lane of Barracks, and how nice of us for you to prep Roshan for us as well.
Yeah. So kind, OG, as Alliance just take it right away. There's the shard given to Limp. I actually like that very much. If he's getting good skewers and good RPs, give him the horn toss too.
Yeah, that horn toss is really, really nice. You can catch multiple people with that as well, and it makes your combo a little bit easier to execute. You can go fishing even faster here now on our Magnus with that horn. This is going to be a little bit of an uphill battle for OG. I was really expecting them to be able to go through that Roche a little bit faster, but the Moonlight Shadow, like I always said, it's kind of really showing its strength here. Not even kind of, it is. FNG just walks straight up to Thompson, gets a little bit scared for a second before he realizes Thompson has absolutely no idea he's here, and then they kind of just send in S4 to clump him up.
The classic way to deal with cores, just be invisible. They don't know what dust is. It's not in their inventory ever. And that Winter's Curse so valuable. I mean, it's also because the big difference in terms of HP between Hoodwink and the Sven, right? You're not going to Winter's Curse the Sven, but Hoodwink is a prime target, and a glass cannon is the ideal situation for a Winter Wyvern. Some good curses, though, in general by FNG, so credit where credit is due. OG are setting up for a fight here.
Yeah, it's a good one as well, especially if they can find Limp. They've got vision. There's going to be the jump onto Limp now. Disarmed for a while is going to be Sumail, as there's no Supernova quite yet for Saksa. He's holding on to it. Limp healed up. Look at the healing, even with the Sunray. Nico Baby right on top of this Supernova, though. He's going to look to scramble it, and then he will be able to get that one done. Just about on the cusp of losing the Aegis, as the stun from Seb will do just about that. Hanskin leaping in. Oh, the crits from Sumail, though, will put him down immediately. Nico Baby's now back, ready to just run away, actually, with that Rage already active. Double buyback out from Alliance, though, is going to spook OG, and they'll back up to their high ground. Yep.
And with this, seems like the guys from Alliance want to continue putting up the pressure. I mean, they want to utilize these buybacks for something. Perhaps bait out an OG, who now used all the resources except for Epicenter and Garden Angel. Not the biggest things here, but, well, we hear the Epicenter. They go for the Life Dealer. Apparently, it's going to be huge. They go, the activates the Rage in time. Open wants to heal back up. There's the RP as well. Sumail gets helped by the Guardian Angel, but dispelled immediately by the Doom. Who needs Purge when you got Doom? Sumail's down for the count, and they want to go for the Squirrel as well, but Thompson is capable of scurrying back to safety. S4 might be in trouble now. Hunter's Boomerang. These stuns last too long. S4 is not going to be able to get away. 70 seconds without him.
We have a curse coming from FNG.
Nice arrow.
And yeah, they're going to go for it. There's going to be the skewer onto Sumail. Look how far he's been fished away. That's a dieback on Sumail. He's dead for 110 seconds. Oh, there's the horn toss and almost the Ancient Golem. They're getting the kill, but at the end of the day, it's now Nico Baby with 2 extra kills off the tail end of that fight. OG were just hoping to chase a bit further, but this ward paying dividends. As our observers highlights, the Alliance straight back up into the high ground like they initially intended.
Sven's getting, sorry, I'm gonna actually catch Limp here, and that's gonna be a dieback from Limp. So actually really good kill by OG here, as they're gonna be pushing high ground at the same time as we watch this replay. You know, high ground's dangerous, guys.
Beautiful arrow.
That arrow was on point, but to be honest, that high ground was, they have to play, we'll see. As they want to go for the Sanking, dispels the open wounds immediately. Nico maybe realizes he's not going to heal as much, but the Fee's doing a bit to keep him alive. He still doesn't infest. They catch him with a Pearl Strike. As in goes Saksa, Winter's Curse. There's nothing hitting him though. And neither can Alliance's team do so right now as they infest the Winter Wyvern, hoping to let FNG live. But FNG's already dead. They have to go hit the egg. Nico Baby going straight and scrambling it yet again as Nico proceeds to murder No Tail. No chance for No Tail. Thompson trying to get him with a scurry. Nico is going to chase him to the ends of the earth. Nico Baby wants this skill, but he gets bushwhacked instead. And he's dizzy a bit, turning around a bit too much. Nico won't die here, but he also is not going to get the kill he was looking for. The reinforcements are coming though. S4 running towards the base. Or the enemy base, mind you. As Seb
is popped back. He does have spells to use, as there's going to be the stun onto Seb initially though. Yule sept it up. He's got Burrow Strike if he can just get away with it. He actually Burrow Strikes aggressively. It's not going to do anything because S4's BK beat and Nico Baby was raged. Buyback instantly though on Seb as now they look to finally get Nico Baby out of the base. He's still holding on to a cheese though, although now consuming that one as he is bushwhacked to the tree and broken. S4 blinking away. And now just the Rage TP. And guess what? Nothing to go through it. He's free to go.
Alright. They are going to hit the Winter Wyvern though with this. FNG needs to find a way to escape. Instead, he's just going to gain some time for his team. As the Doom is also fighting a Hoodwink here. S4 trying to run away from Thompson, who's almost out of spells, but Thompson doesn't seem to care. Even with low mana, he can chase after this Doom. All he needs is a Bushwhack to set up for this. In fact, Samael's running towards him, but S4, now he's a bit too far gone. He might even be able to set up for a kill here if Alliance wants to re-engage.
So just a quick update on buybacks, by the way. Only 3 heroes didn't buy back in that last fight, being S4, Nico Baby, and Thompson. Thompson the only hero currently with buyback, but S4 is just 1 Devour away from it, as Seb is actually going to snag that DD rune. So pretty chaotic, a couple of diebacks to say the least, but OG, they still hang on to this game. They only actually lose the tier 3 in the bottom lane, and they eventually get through the Aegis and Cheese, and are just hoping to now get into a better position to fight for perhaps this next Roshan.
Okay. I got a Nullifier now fresh for that Nico Baby. A good way to cancel. I mean, you already needed the Purge. Nullifier will proceed to cancel all of the Guardian Angel shenanigans. No more scurrying. He might have just gotten tired of the scurrying, to be honest. Because that last fight, that's what saved Hoodwink completely.
Yeah, I mean, it's also going to be really nice versus the Omni too, right? It's kind of the item that he's going to hate now that you don't have Purge on Diffusal Blade anymore.
You can still Guardian Angel it out. Sorry, you can still Heavenly Grace it out. So there's ways, and it not being purgeable like the Repel. That was very dumb, by the way, for the longest time. Like, it gives you magic immunity, but you can purge it. What? What kind of magic immunity is this? I was always very surprised by that.
I mean, Oracle's got that now, right, on the Edict?
No, it gives you magic. It gives you 100% magic resistance. It's different, friend. Magic immunity was the be-all, end-all of. It's the BKBs, you know. It's the creme de la creme of spells.
Yeah, especially back then when Magic Immunity was really, really strong. It's got a little bit of a change with 7.20, I want to say, or one of those patches some time ago that everyone complained about, and now we all got used to it.
It's true. As we always do, right? New changes, we always complain. You can tell AUI, for example, is one of those players, the old guard, because he was talking about the Diffusal Blade purging it. Like, okay. Yeah. That was an okay boomer moment from the battle.
Get more charges for it. Yeah, Purge is doing Weatherman segments now.
Yeah, exactly. He's gone from a sword to a talent, imagine. Nico Baby. Is he going to look for an Infest kill here, or is he going to save it still like he's done for these past few fights?
I think he's just going to get level 25. I think they're going to wait till this 25 talent to fight, and then they're going to look for it. I mean, Roche is going to be up to both of these teams. They know it's going to be about this next Roshan, so they're just looking to set out vision and just put themselves in the best position as possible to be able to take the fight easily.
That is actually beautiful, that graphic, by the way. Yes, he's going to go, I'm assuming the Rage talent, 9 times out of 10, honestly. The win rate of the other talents sometimes is a bit of a lie, because when it has such a low pick rate, it's often picked to meme or because you're winning by a bunch, right?
Yeah, what do you mean? Albet didn't end all his games in the major with 6 Desolators?
Exactly, right? Or how Divine Raper is one of the highest win rates because, of course, if you're winning with it, you probably did something right.
It's an AC finish. Seb jumping forward, will find Hanskin. Thompson immediately throwing forward the Bushwhack. But my goodness, buffing even his own damage. No buyback available. Seb is a bit too tanky now, especially with the Lotus Orb, so Nico Baby's not going to want to go on him. Using that open wounds, of course, doesn't want that reflected. He has taken that Rage talent here at 25. First one to reach it in the game. Seb actually not too far from his own here.
Pretty decent, actually. I'm assuming it's going to be the slow blind here. I mean, the Epicenter Pulses is kind of decent if it was like a level 20 talent. I don't think it's that great at level 25. Not against Lifestealer, not when PKPs are up.
Yeah, exactly. Not with this Rage talent, and especially not with the Lincoln Sphere, because now you can't even stun him. So he's going to be able to pop Rage and just kind of laugh in your face. Plus with 3k HP without the Armlet active, there's 3600 now with the Armlet active. I don't know if it's really that strong of a talent for the Epicenter anyway. Who knows? Maybe he's done the back of the napkin math and decides it's the right call.
I'm pretty sure it's going to be the Sandstorm, particularly because also the Sandstorm blind here, it forces some awkward BKB usages. Because what if Lifestealer has to Rage just to deal with the Sandstorm's blind? Right, that's very annoying. Or to be able to escape the slow, it adds a whole dimension to Sanking's toolkit. I think that's one of the best talents, honestly, he has.
That is true, although I will say, you know, Limp is just going to go, okay, I'll just horn toss you and skewer you outside of your sandstorm then. Or I'll force the fight somewhere else by just robbing Sumail and fishing him away from the fight. You know, that is going to be a bit difficult, right? It's a lot like playing against the Wukong's command in that way.
Yeah. Yep. He's in his burrow, you kidnap him away, as you would say.
Yep.
I think that's the appropriate term. They found the Roshan here. Oh, Nico maybe even surprised, but it's like, guys, there's a Roshan. Ags is ready on the Roshan as well. Do you have any... Actually, it's a good Doom Ags game, to be honest. To remove the cleave completely from this man, pretty big deal. Oh, Horn Toss actually plays against him here. No Till, though, and Dispel him. Lotus Orb helping him out, dispelling the Nullifier. In comes Seb, hoping for a kill, and he might just find it on Limp, but from behind, S4 interrupts his initiation. He actually used the BKB, trying to tank the rest of OG, so he doesn't lose Limp in the process. Supernova has completed, but Lifestealer safe and sound. There's the Winter's Curse to set the fight, but it's only Seb attacking the Omnair right now. No Tail. No Tail's going to die here thanks to that Nullifier. Limp, he still has the RP, but doesn't want to use it just on Seb. And waiting for Sumail, really, that's what they want to kill. Sumail comes back in, but he's been disarmed immediately. The head and Salberd. Nico maybe too quick. He hits him with a Nullifier, but nobody can chase after him. Instead, they're trying to deal with Seb, who's just so annoying. Nobody can actually finish him off. Hanskin might guess with the arrow, no. But the arrow gives vision for the Yule Scepter. And that's going to be, or should be enough to deal with this pesky Sand King, right? He has the, oh, they're going to use the RP. They're done. They're done with Seb. No more shenanigans. This man has to die. Alliance is trying their best, and they'll finally accomplish it. But what an annoying Sand King that was. So difficult to kill him.
Gleipnir out from Topson, just looking to force Nico Baby back as he wants to be able to cut these waves. Seb, at the very least, forcing the enemies to take as long as possible to murder him is not going to do that much to stop this Roshan, unfortunately. Omni's back in 5 seconds, but the initiations are just going to be way too difficult here without Seb to blink and burrow strike in for you. OG, they might have no choice, though. In they go. They're going to at least try and burst through Mirana at the very least, but there goes Sumail. He at least picks up the TD rune, so Limp doesn't want to fight him anymore, as there's going to be the short distance blink onto S4. S4 getting absolutely chunked. They have to use the Winter's Curse just to make sure that he lives. Nico Baby, with the Rage now off cooldown, might be a little bit of a target here as he actually applies the Nullifier, and now the disarm to Sumail as he looks to turn and fight. Saksa, though, does not have Supernova for another 10 seconds. They've at least stunned up the Lifestealer and broken him now. Sumail getting pushed this way, that way yet again, but he's going to be able to lifesteal a little bit off of Limp before he flickers back away into the river. Nico Baby after Topson, now Saksa, who does have the Supernova, will now let it rip, forcing Nico Baby back as Sumail has jumped onto Limp and absolutely torn him apart in the river. Nico Baby hops inside of FNG. Gonna hop right back out, though, as they may look for more.
Yeah, Nico Baby's still strong, looking for an old tail. He really needs to get rid of this Omnight if he wants to man-fight the Sven fair and square. But it's impossible. Oh no, Nico Baby's been kind of around in the end. You know, they did do the same thing with the Sven, but Sven's Blink Dagger allows him to be able to get in and out of fight. Almost playing like a Tiny in this fight, to be honest. At least they can get the Roche.
It's so huge for Sumail right now, but unfortunately, they just can't quite contest it. They bought themselves so much time. That was a dieback penalty on Seb. He was set for 2 full minutes, and he's going to, unfortunately, just miss out on Roche by about 15 seconds. He would have been an absolutely beastly fight there for Sand King. Loves fighting around Roshan, but he's going to have to miss out on it this time.
So if S4 is keeping the Ags and not using it, is it because he wants to give it to the Mirana? I can only imagine. I mean, it's a good Ags for Mirana too, so fair. That or S4, I don't know, wants to surprise them. We'll see. Limp, there's a Shockwave. Seb, though, that's the Sandstorm slow. Really annoying Limp. In fact, Sumail comes in. Cold Embrace is not going to save him. The Doom has been used, though, on Sumail. But can they chase after him? That's the question. Doom has no tools to do so. Has to be Limp, and he's already lost his first life. He also used the buyback earlier, so he can't play too hastily. It's again this annoying Seb that's stopping them right in their tracks. Alliance just wants to hit the enemy K, but are unable to do so because No-Tail and Sarah making this impossible. No-Tail using that Guardian Angel will save himself from the Lifestealer. The Nullifier finally hits. No-Tail should die in the backlines at port. S4 is going to die himself first. In fact, No-Tail will survive this onslaught.
With a curse.
Winter Wyvern, FNG, that curse is not going to save him from the Sunray, but thanks to Limp's RP, they can kill Sumail, put him out of the fight. As Nico Baby, looking for anything he can find at this point. Seb, with an Epicenter, will surprise the Magnus. Again, no buyback for him. Limp has to eat the cheese, skewers himself, but brings the Sand King with him, and the Supernova on top. The TP immediately will save Limp's life.
Man, both carries kind of just got taken for walks there. Now, Nico Baby, he's going to be in a bit of trouble now. He's going to be able to rage and TP away. No Tail just completely walked him around. Where did Sumail die? Who did he die to? FNG killed him?
No, he died to the Magnus. He RP'd him. Didn't you see?
Oh, yeah.
He RP'd Sven and then proceeded to obviously attack him and kill him. It was not that difficult once he got the RP, but they had to divide the team fight by a lot. It was not easy for them. And Alliance, I mean, honestly, what's keeping Alliance on their toes right now, it's really the sanking. There we go. Thank you, Observer.
Yeah,
see?
That's
once
right.
you get the RP off, yeah, exactly. So Nico Baby comes in, and it was relatively easy kill once they had the RP. But again, this was a huge effort to get Omni-Knight out, to get the sanking out, you know, and that was what finally allowed them to do this. These two heroes are making life impossible for Nico Baby, who just wants to hit. He's a wee lifestealer. All he wants to do is hit his enemy Sven. He wants to be like Jenkins' enemy carry, win that pub, but he can't.
No, he cannot. Something you also can't do is look to ignore Sharpshooter. It's going to be upgraded to deal pure damage and go through that spell immunity. Now that Thompson's hit 25. Sumail, in the meantime, is going for that God Strength, which is further buffed, by the way, by Heavenly Grace when he's got that active, of course, because it just adds to your base stats. Again, a big reason why this combo is as strong as it is.
Just the brute force method against the Lifestealer. I like it. I think the Hoodwink, though, even bigger than the damage a Sharpshooter will deal, the break is a big deal against Nico Baby. Getting rid of Feast and Go... I mean, Go Frenzy is whatever, but getting rid of Feast is major. He's going to have to heal back up with open wounds, use the Infest cleverly. There's more tools now for OG. And Alliance need to figure out their own tools to deal with the sanking particularly.
CS4. And it got strength. Sumail's going to want to go for it. The initiation from Seb. They're going to try and pull through S4, but there's the Cold Embrace immediately. FNG still holding on to the Winter's Curse. Will now drop that just to make sure S4 is able to escape. They've doomed up Sumail, but he's got God Strength active. Not seemingly willing to fight, though, as Limp on the way on in. Already using the RP here. Supernova's now out, trying to keep Arteezy alive. Heavenly Grace, GA on top as Nico Baby getting melted by the Ray of Sun. He's going to get stunned on the way back out before he's embraced by FNG. Seb with another stun on in, looking to channel up the epicenter. He's going to get it off, and that's 2 dead immediately out from the Epi alone. Nico Baby finds himself in an awkward spot. They get through the Lincoln Sphere, they bushwhack him, and they will be able to get the kill, all in exchange for Sumail. It's going to be a 4-for-1 trade in favor of OG.
Richie's so American, he sees EGs everywhere.
OG, oh my goodness. I heard Sumail and...
You did the call-out for Arteezy is what I was joking about. But OG, they only lose Sumail there. Not that big a deal, honestly. Alliance, though, they will have to find a way to deal with this team fight again. Like that Nullifier, you could tell the Guardian Angel was always available. You don't have the secondary Purse to deal with it. And the Heavenly Grace can easily deal with a Nullifier. So that's not the perfect solution for that either. Alliance. What are you...
Oh, Saksa. He's got Refresher. He's done it.
He does, yeah, he does have the Refresher, but that was just a Supernova bait. Oh, the break hurting Mirana. I know. Alliance is to find a way to both kill Seb and kill Notil in the beginning of the fight, and it seems almost impossible. Seb even went for the extra shard now. More slows around the team fight, a bit of extra damage.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
We're into the base here already, though. OG looking to at least try and equalize here. There are you know, issues in the base, though. There's 2 wagons and a big old wave of super creep currently looking to get that last tier 4 tower down that OG currently have in their base. They will have to TP back and defend the base from just the creeps alone.
Okay. OG, they do go back, but I think this team fight's looking stronger for them, like I said, because of the way they're proposing them. So I don't think they're in a rush right now to finish this. It's not like they just recovered a small lead. It's that they're actually coming back into the game. Despite the fact that Lifestealer has such incredible net worth, these team fights are just looking really good for them. And I mean, the best solution to Lifestealer is kiting him. Nico Baby might consider at some point going for some sort of mobility, like a Blink Dagger. For now, he's thinking of the Scotty as a way to slow down the Omni-Knight. Actually, not a bad idea. Together with a Ghoul Frenzy. Hopefully that's enough. And then at least if you can kill Omni, then fine, Sankin can roam around and do his shenanigans, but at least kill the Omni-Knight so you can deal with the Sven.
Seb's got already the Bloodstone flying out to him here, so he's going to have a little bit of lifesteal in these fights and a bit of burst healing at his disposal now. Magnum Shard on top of this. Of course, now only triggers if there's enemies around you. As OG, they're going to smoke up. What are they going to find here, though? Limp ready to break smokes. And with this RP,
Oh, the skewer got evaded by the burst, right? There's the Doom use. This got triggered. They want to kill the Sand King. They're actually just walking towards the egg, though. Gotta destroy Saksa. The RP to punch him up, and they know Seb's the target. That Doom was worth it. Goodbye to Seb. With the Nullifier, they get rid of the Guardian Angel and No-Tail, and then now get rid of No-Tail. The Supernova has been available, though, but they're already gonna kill Sven. So who cares if the egg explodes? Your carry's dead, OG. What are you gonna do now? Alliance might be able to take Saksa for a ride. There's the Splinter Blast on top of that. There's the Shockwave to get him back. They want Thompson on top of that. Nullifier gets rid of the Scurry. Thompson needs to use the pushback. Wants to get a kill before he dies. Just needs to get away from Nickel Baby. But Nickel Baby's not letting up. Thompson trying to scurry in the trees. Nickel Baby's afraid of no trees. This is not like a cliff. He's going to kill Thompson. He tried his best. But there's ever so much you can do against the Lifestealer. Alliance are now going to do it. They're actually going to reach the high ground a second time after a couple of missed team fights. They finally found a solution.
they're just going for turquoise. They know there's no buyback on Sumail right now. It's going to be still be on cooldown for another minute, even if he had the gold, which he doesn't, by the way. Tier 4 tower already nuked through by the creep wave. Nico Baby focusing onto the throne. His S4 just making sure they can get rid of Thompson one last time. He's doing a fair bit of damage. He's going to have to pop the BKB. Nico Baby and Limp, though. Objective gamers here going straight for the throne as the GG is dropped. Alliance, they do it. They win 2-0.